everybody, Matt O'Ree back here with you. Once again, welcome back to Mob on TV, the official Matt O'Ree Band YouTube channel. If you haven't clicked subscribe, please do so. Also click that little bell icon so you'll get emails every time we upload new videos. So we're in the middle of Strings and Things. This is a third part in this mini-series called Tech Talk. And today we're dealing with strings with the acoustic guitar and bridge pins. How to deal with them, how to change the strings, all that kind of good stuff. Let's jump into it. Okay, well today we're dealing with my 2006 Gibson Hummingbird Acoustic. This is the similar tuners as my Les Paul, where it's a side post hole design, so the threading of the strings are going to be exactly the same as my Les Paul. First one on the top, the next two underneath. We'll go over that again if you missed the last week's video. But since it's an acoustic guitar, of course, we're dealing with bridge pins. And I found a couple helpful hints that might help you to be able to get those pins out safely and not break them or damage them. So once again, we'll take the tension off the neck by loosening all the strings. Okay, so now that the strings are loose, we can go ahead and cut them. Again, I usually cut them towards the end of the neck. This gives me a little bit more string to work with when I show you how I take these bridge pins out. And there's tools out there to help you. There's a notch in most string winders to help grab the end of the pin and pull it out. Sometimes I'll use that for assistance, but I've also had this type of string winder start to cause indentations in the bridge of the guitar, and I really don't want that, obviously. So, but sometimes I'll use it for a little bit of assistance, but we'll get there in just a second. So go ahead and cut the strings. And the same thing before, since I did that stringing method on the tuners, the strings come right off. And that's it, they come off that simple. So we put that aside. So now I have a pretty good length of strings still coming out of the bridge. I take these strings and I push them down into the hole, which takes the tension off of the bridge pin. And look, it actually just pops right out without even having to use the notch on the string winder. Now, some guitars, the bridge pins definitely seat tighter than other ones. But this guitar just happens to come right out. And I push all them down. It takes the tension off of the bridge pins, and they pretty much come out. So one by one, I'll take the string out. And it's pretty easy that way. Now, if it does get stuck, my other trick is I'll put my hand in the sound hole and go underneath and actually press up on the bridge pin. As I'm pulling, I'm pressing up underneath it. I'll just feel my hand, feel my way into finding the right pin that I'm looking for, and then I can just take it right out and take the string out. This one comes right out. But just for argument's sake, let's say the last pin's stuck again, even though I know it's probably not, but I'll stick my hand back in, I'll find the last pin, I'll push up on it, and it comes right out. Again, some other acoustic guitars, it might be difficult to get these pins out. I definitely don't recommend using pliers of any kind. Definitely try to get a string winder that has that notch in it where you can pop the pin out that way. But there are other bridge pin puller tools. I'm sure Stuart McDonald has them. I'm actually positive that they have them. They also have this real nifty, I should have mentioned this before, but they got this really cool little toolkit that I have in most of my gig bags, and this has all the different tools for saddle height adjustment, extra screwdrivers. It's a really great tool for the money at Stuart McDonald. Cool. All right, so now the strings that I use on my acoustic guitar are not GHS. I really like the Martin guitar strings. I think they're absolutely incredible. I also love Martin as a company, and I am endorsed by them too, as well as I am with Gibson. And I love the folks at Martin, and their guitars are absolutely fantastic. This guitar needed strings for my gig tomorrow, so that's why I'm changing the strings on it. Otherwise, I might have pulled out a Martin just to have something different. But again, the process is the same. It's always bridge pins and how you're affixing the strings to the tuners, what method you're using. So these are Martin's. These are a new version of their strings, the Authentic Acoustic. I use 12 gauge strings on my acoustic. Again, my electrics have 11s, but on the acoustic I prefer 12s. I just think that they sound better. But these particular strings, they're absolutely incredible. I highly suggest you checking them out. So, same thing as before. I'm going to open this pack of strings. If I can get it open. And just like I did before, I usually go through the strings just to make sure that I know that they're in the order that of what I'm going to use. So I'm not thinking about, did I put the right string in the right place? Because I don't want to have one of those little accidents where I get all the strings on and two of them are reversed or something like that. So I got my 6th string. I know that that's where that's supposed to go. So now I take the pin back out. I put the ball in the hole. Now the pin has a little notch on it, if you can see that, and you want to make sure that that goes forward in the direction of the string. And put that bridge pin in. And I usually pull up on the string a little bit to make sure that it's seating properly. This will help me get the right measurement for the string, because if there's all of a sudden some slack underneath the bridge that you can't see on the inside of the guitar, when I do my measurement with my little hand trick, I might be miscalculating because there might be more string still underneath the bridge with the string hanging down. So I pull up on it just a little bit so I know that, okay, this is seating properly. I can get a good, nice measurement. So let me go ahead and put it through the tuner. And I'll do my usual routine. Put my hand underneath it. I'm good to go. I measure that out. Change my drill to the other setting, and away we go. So again, first winding on top of the hole, next winding underneath the hole. And there we go. So the other 5, I'll give you the other camera angle again just so you can see it, just in case you're tuning in now and you missed the previous video, or you can go back and look at that too, but just to give you the closer video of how I wind them on the tuner. Okay, same process. Make sure that the ball is fitting all the way snug with the bridge pin so we don't wind up with extra slack that we didn't know about. Measure out my string, hit the drill. And that's it. Hope you got something out of these videos, and this is the way it really works well for me. I hope it works for you. Well, there we have it, folks. The final part of Strings and Things in the Tech Talk mini-series. Just some basic information for those of you that might be just getting into guitar, and also some road tricks that I've learned over the years that might help out some professionals too. So next week we're going to be back with the 5th episode of Tech Talk, dealing with pedal boards and pedals. All kinds of information on this one. This is going to be a real fun episode. Stay tuned. Don't forget to check out our website, MattoReband.com. We have all kinds of new merchandise out, plus tour dates. We might be in the city near you. Come out and say hello. If you have any questions or thoughts, email me at info@mattoreband.com, and we're going to see you next time. Thanks.